All right, so we got Ye going off on Adidas once again, which I'm not about to sit here and read this whole entire long paragraph, which, by the way, contains no periods. It looks like Jerry Lorenzo, he actually caught a few strays in here as well for being disloyal. Now, what I actually found most interesting that it seems like nobody's talking about, Ye claims that last year they sold over 1 million Yeezy pods, and on top of that, over the last 2 years have been working on 10 different other footwear styles. So, are you guys ready for Ye to make a proper return to the footwear game? Last year we got the Yeezy pods. I feel like it's time in 2025 for him to turn things up a notch, and I would definitely be curious to see what some new Yeezys will look like coming up here in 2025. So what's going on, everybody? JA here. Salute to you for tuning in. If you guys enjoy these updates, help support the channel by smashing the like button down below. Now, originally I know I said I wasn't about to read this whole long ass paragraph, but I lied. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it anyway. So he actually posted this yesterday to Instagram. As you see, a very lengthy paragraph, no periods. So it reads, when you Google Yeezy.com, the Adidas site comes before the Yeezy site. Members at Adidas, stop doing this. Stop your moves to hold me back. Our partnership is done. You're a $60 million company that froze my accounts. Now I'm back on my feet. No pun intended, and I'm not gonna stand for this. No pun again. So low key, does it feel like Ye was probably chuckling or like smiling to himself as he was writing this right here? It almost feels like this may be actually promotion or promo for his recent Yeezy drop, but let's go ahead and check it out. So when you do Google Yeezy, this is what pops up here in my search results. So you got a whole bunch of sponsored stuff from various sites that are selling off that unsold Yeezy inventory. Then the first result that does come up, he's not lying, is Adidas. Then actually the GOAT app, Wikipedia, Chewbacca, and then you got to keep scrolling. You see StockX, and then finally we get the proper link to Yeezy.com. So he's not lying right here, but I would say maybe Yeezy.com should come up with a better SEO strategy maybe. Now he does continue to go on saying that I did phenomenal work for you guys, and because I stood up for myself, y'all tried to intimidate and oppress me. Everyone remembers I had major issues with Adidas because of design theft and oppression before the tweet. So he wasn't lying though. We do remember, like, dating back probably since like 2020, Ye was always throwing shots at Adidas. Remember, he claimed that they stole his designs. He claimed that they did Yeezy Day without his authorization. A lot of stuff happened, over the last 3-4 years. So let's go ahead and take a look at some examples, refresh your guys' memories if you may have forgotten. These are some examples that I actually found on the Yeezy Reddit page of some examples of Adidas stealing Yeezy designs. So clearly you have right here what appears to be a knockoff version of the Yeezy 350s. Imagine if you asked the 350s for Christmas and this is what your mom and them put under the tree right here. A lot of sad kids under the Christmas tree that year. Now this one right here, apparently this is a knockoff version of the Yeezy 500, which is kind of crazy to say because the Yeezy 500 did take some design elements from some past retro Adidas releases, but you could clearly see right here they were trying to knock off the success of that release right there. Now next up, this one right here is absolutely hilarious, as you got the bootleg 750s right here. These are just absolutely disgusting right here. And then you have here the most prime example, fake Yeezy slides. I feel like this is one of the times where Ye was most vocal in the past. But of course, these examples are outdated as Adidas has continued to put out more and more Yeezy knockoffs. But at the end of the day, I feel like that's kind of almost like common practice here in the footwear industry. We see Nike do it. We see all the other big players do it. So why would Adidas be exempt from this? But then again, we're talking about Ye right here, and he don't play no games when it comes to his product. He almost looks at Yeezy as like his own babies or whatever. So it continues to read, side note, y'all know Jerry was corny and disloyal for doing work with Adidas. After the way they handled things, I showed up to his show. That was a copy of my Hollywood Bowl show, being the so-called bigger man, but I'm never doing that again for no one. It's Yeezy over everything. Everyone that ever took a picture of me, that had their own clothing lines and agendas, everyone knows they was acting like they were my friends to promote their weak-ass fake Yeezy lines. So that's kind of crazy to say, man, because Ye and Jerry Lorenzo had, some very humble beginnings, I would say, as you guys can recall. Ye brought Jerry onto the team in the early stages of what they were calling the Donda Collective. So here we got some little clips right here. This is Ye attending Jerry's Fear of God. I think this was the 8th collection for the Fear of God show, which did take place at the Hollywood Bowl. So at that time, they seemed to be in good spirits. Of course, you can't really tell because, Ye had the whole face cover and everything like that. But bruh seemed to be cool. He hugged Jerry up and everything like that. It seemed to be a kind of heartfelt moment. But then again, here you have an example where he claims that Jerry Lorenzo kind of bit his Hollywood Bowl show. I mean, I'm not going to confirm or deny that, but you guys see it right here. It seems like Jerry's, though, may have had a bigger Adidas budget behind it. So it seemed like bro was having a good time right here, but apparently he was being, as he says, the bigger man. So I feel like it's kind of like, unfair to really call Jerry out like that. Personally, again, I mentioned, they come from very humble beginnings. I had to dig up a picture from the archive here, the early days of the Donda Collective, RIP to Virgil. You even see that boy Travis making a little guest appearance there in the bottom. But these three men, early on, came together to bring some of these classic Yeezy designs to life. I want to say Jerry Lorenzo had a lot of input on the original Yeezy 750, which is why I guess a lot of people would claim that, as far as his new Adidas footwear products, they do have some Yeezy design influence. So, man, it just kind of sucks to see these dudes, which, were good friends at one time. I feel like Jerry Lorenzo, what kind of was put on the map, due to his Yeezy affiliation. And I feel like, honestly, if it wasn't for his Yeezy cosign, Fear of God may not be where it's at, but we're not going to totally discredit the man. He definitely made a lot of big moves on his own. He brought Fear of God, up to the top. They've been in the game 10 years strong, essentials brought to the market as well. But as far as the Adidas collaboration with Fear of God, I would say that one is definitely an L. I mean, I wanted to jump on board. I supported the first model. I wanted to get on board. I appreciated the design here, of the second model, but just based off the fact that I paid that full $250 retail price, they put them joints on sale. That sale was kind of embarrassing. And I feel like as far as the future of Fear of God and Jerry Lorenzo, I would say with Adidas, that's probably going to be coming to an end once that deal expires. So we then continues Yeezy over everything. I'm not here as a platform for anyone else. I'm here to dominate as I always have. The Yeezy $20 price is burning the game to the ground, leaving only Yeezy left. Now, he also claims that last year they did sell over 1 million Yeezy pods. And for me, out of this entire rant, I know everybody's focused on what he said about Adidas and Jerry Lorenzo, but he claims over the last 2 years, they've been working on 10 different other footwear styles, which for me, I don't know about y'all. I mean, the Yeezy pods were cool and everything like that. I feel like they were fresh, innovative, new design, stripped back, minimal and everything, but it was fun and exciting. But low key, I feel like it's time for Ye to make a proper return to the footwear game here in 2025. And if he's been working on all these different styles as he claims, I would like for them to turn things up a notch and drop multiple footwear styles, because I feel like there's definitely a void missing right now as far as like the loss of Yeezys. And I think it's time for him to, make a return from the game. Now, as far as what we can expect as far as Yeezy footwear, we have seen a couple of different samples floating around from footwear designer Geo 4Bites. Now, I don't know if these are just canceled samples, something that will never see the light of day, but it is some interesting stuff, that they've been cooking up behind the scenes. Now, there's no telling if Ye is planning to drop anything, but let's go ahead and take a look at some of these examples. So first up here, you got the Tim Ugg for Yeezy, a little prototype as you guys see right here. These contain some elements from the Yeezy combat boot as far as the sole, but then as you guys see, full Ugg upper, really cool style right here. It seems that these feature like a Velcro strap right here rather than traditional laces, but then again, Uggs just slip on anyway, so definitely a cool vibe right here. These would be a smash hit if they were to drop, and this one made a lot of noise when we originally saw this image first pop up. Now right here, what you have here is a soccer cleat for Yeezy. So a prototype, a cool little brand, they dropped some type of like prototype cleat looking type of design right here. This contains some of those same design elements. This year, it feels like the low profile sneaker from Adidas seems to be kind of something that's trending right now. So I could definitely see this being like a cool type of vibe. And then lastly, this one surfaced. Now, this is one of those out there kind of freaky Yeezy designs, but this appears to be some type of like condom boot right here. So these are wild, but definitely scream Yeezy. Now I'm not saying any of these will officially drop, but just some interesting prototypes that we've seen pop up, over the last year or so. So as far as Ye's claims right here that Yeezy did over $100 million in sales, sold over 1 million pies, there's really no way to fact check this right here. But to me, anytime we see Ye turning up on the gram or an incoming rant from him, it usually means that he's trying to promote something. And with the recent Yeezy drop that just went down, I would say this is maybe to draw some attention towards that. But that's just my speculation. Let me know what you guys think down below. And are you excited to see Yeezy make a proper return to the footwear game? Drop your feedback down below. I'll catch y'all next time. I'm J.A. and I'm out, y'all. Love.